I'm on vacation today with the Legendary Thunder at a location you may recognize from previous speed runs. It's kind of hard to do this while I'm on vacation, so I'm just going to go ahead and start off running 2S. Now, I did a video recently with the Legendary Thunder on 2S, but I failed to hit the record button on the most important part when I was actually doing the speed run, so the video was trash. On the stock tires, these are different, but the stock tires, it went 44 miles an hour. Now that I'm running a 27 tooth pinion gear. Stock, it runs a 17 tooth pinion gear, and it went 31 miles an hour on the stock gear. But as you can see here, I now have a 27 tooth pinion gear installed. Link in the video description to the video I just made on how to install a larger pinion gear. It's really easy on this truck, but if you're new, you may find the video helpful. As always, a huge thank you to my buddy Britt over at 110 Scale RC Performance for sending this truck out to me. He's got one that's going extremely fast. I think he's got it up somewhere around 80 miles an hour. And the second truck he has is even faster, but he's keeping that under wraps till he really gets it where he wants it to be. But he has some excellent content on these trucks, and the best content on the internet, and he has the fastest one, I believe, on the internet as well. At any rate, I'm gonna go ahead and again run 2S batteries today. I have the stock battery that came in here, the 5,000 milliamp hour battery, and that is much larger than the other two I'm running. Everything else being equal, a larger battery is going to be faster than a smaller one because the smaller battery is going to experience more voltage sag, and the voltage is what determines how fast the truck's going. So the stock battery is about three times bigger than the other two batteries I'm running, but one of them is a high performance battery, so it may actually perform close to the much larger battery, although the size difference might be so large it can't make it up. But we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting. And for tires, I have the knockoff Hoons tires, affectionately known as the Choons in the RC community. These, I picked up 4 of them for $10 on a special deal on AliExpress, but you can regularly get them under 20 bucks. They don't come glued, but they look like a complete perfect clone of the Hoons. So we'll see. They may be capable of well over 100 miles an hour, but I'll be featuring these regularly in future videos. So I'm excited to test these out. Now, they're only 104 millimeters in diameter. The stock tires are closer to 115. So these are going to be a little slower than the stock tires. But the problem with the stock tires is they're only good for up to about low 50 mile an hour range, where they start to balloon too much and make the truck too unstable and it'll crash. These barely will balloon at all, and again are capable probably of over 100 miles an hour, but we're a long way away from there. So 2S run right now, and I think it might get up in the low 40s, but we'll see. And we'll compare the stock LIPO to a HBX LIPO, so another low performance battery, but it's only 1800 milliamp hour. And then I have a CNHL 1500, so even smaller milliamp hour battery. But this will be a good test because it'll put a high load on it for the size of the battery, and should be able to test it really good here. So I am running Sharegood 12 millimeter to 17 millimeter hex adapters. That allows me to run A-scale RC wheels. These Speedrun tires have 17 millimeter hexes, and these are, I think, the highest rated ones on Amazon. They're only like 10 bucks for a set of 4. So really strong value. And these particular ones have a 15 millimeter offset. So they extend the track, they widen it by 15 millimeters. I don't know if that's on each side or total. I think it might be each side. But at any rate, making the truck a bit more stable and less prone to tipping over. After the speed runs, I'll go ahead and test this out in a parking lot and see, even with these really grippy tires, can this truck keep from flipping when I take hard turns. But this will perform better than stock in corners because the track is widened, so it'll be less prone to tipping over. So a huge thank you to Sharegood for sending these out to me, and a huge thank you to CNHL for sending me out their 2S 1500 Black Series LIPO. All right, the GPS is zeroed out and reading. And I'm running the stock Laegendary 2S 5200 milliamp hour battery in here. Car's coming, gotta ease off here. And we'll do 1 or 2 more quick runs here. Truck's nice and stable as always. Brakes are still a little on the strong side, but that's okay. And another car's coming, so we'll go ahead and stop. 40 even, 40.2 miles an hour. So we lost 4 miles an hour with these smaller diameter tires, which isn't shocking. But still, that's 9 miles an hour faster than. The traffic out here is bad. I knew it was going to be an issue being down here at the beach, but I really wanted to run this. I did bring some 3S batteries to run tomorrow, so hopefully I can get out here early again and try to beat the traffic. But 40 miles an hour on 2S is not too bad. I'm worried it's not going to get up above 60 like I hoped on 3S, however, because tires are just too small and I have the gearing maxed out. And 39.8 on a slightly depleted battery, so that makes sense. The GPS is giving me good readings. And now I'm going to go ahead and run a CNHL 2S 1500. Now this battery is ridiculously undersized for this truck, but link in the video description to where you can buy this. But I wanted to run it in here because it's stable and I can get good consistent runs, and it will tax this battery pretty hard because this is really designed for, you know, smaller, lighter vehicles, and this is probably pulling somewhere around 50 or 60 amps. So it'll be a good test for it. And then again, I have an HBX battery I'm going to test as well. With the CNHL, the GPS is zeroed out and reading. Full throttle. .5, so not surprisingly it is slower. It's just really undersized for this application, but we'll compare it to the similarly sized HBX battery, and I think that'll actually be noticeably slower than this. I've done many videos in the past testing different size batteries with the exact same specs, exact same brand, and in my Traxxas Bandit, which draws, you know, more amps than this does for sure, just going from a 2200 milliamp hour up to a 5200 milliamp hour battery, I've picked up 10 miles an hour. So, you know, you want to run the largest battery you can in capacity because you'll be giving up performance. Otherwise, you're going to have less voltage sag with that higher capacity battery. And of course, get longer run times as well. But there we go, 37. The speed's going to dip more quickly on this because it's a smaller battery, and of course the voltage is going to drop, you know, about 3 times faster than that larger battery that came in here stock. So there's a good baseline, but now we're going to go ahead and test the HBX battery, and the HBX battery is what this would really be competing against. It's an 1800, the HBX battery. This is a 1500 here with the CNHL. So again, very close in capacity, and that'll be a fair test. Let's see how they perform compared to each other. So here is the HBX LIPO. Well, not the result I was expecting. but 39.5 on the low performance HBX battery. So I don't know what's going on with that CNHL. I was expecting it to be significantly faster than the HBX. So I'm gonna, I don't know, I might try this again down the road, but this particular battery definitely does not live up to its specs. CNHL is a great partner of the channel, but this one here is not performing like it should. So I'll do some more testing on it in the future and try to figure out why. But that's not what I expected. This battery here should have been a couple miles an hour slower than this. And had this performed like I expected, I think it would have been on par with the much larger stock LIPO. Okay, I have the CNHL back in here. Now we're gonna do one more run and see how much slower it is now that it has a few more passes on it. Well, there we go. It also slowed down by a similar amount. And this CNHL 100C battery just does not have the performance I was expecting. And it really makes me question, is there something wrong with it? Because other CNHL batteries I've tested and other channels that I've seen test them as well have got really favorable performance numbers with them. But this one here, I can't recommend it for speed runs and high performance. Probably a fine battery just for general use, but this one here definitely did not reach my expectations, unfortunately.